다 지수나 대 백개 전부 차고 냐는나네 이 균도 거기에 건지라 나서 수르지나 미기 최지디가라 계속지야한테 지기야 말다 텔레 지수나 있잖아 손남랍 좀 사야다 텔레 펜보이디가라 즉 딱이 담기도 좀 룽잠 말에 오늘 냠는래 잘 두배 찍어야나 펜도 용 그랬어.
So we are talking about rejoicing, and rejoicing is important. That's why you can see in this one of the 7 limb practice for practitioners, something that is important and something that is needed, required. So when you encounter people who are practicing, and instead of having a sense of jealousy or other negative thoughts, it's always wise to have rejoicing and appreciation, because as I said before, it costs nothing but can have immense impact in accumulating positive merits. And the story that we mentioned before that happened during Buddha's lifetime, and that old that poor lady, those were story meant to kind of give us a message that is really for practice. So those are the stories that we can apply as much as we can in our daily life.
어디 제마다 다 저걸 고라 그래야세. 디그다 이 지줄 남았단 바 견nem기 추구 칼라 켄지 틴틴 제대로 잠벤두자 제말라 잡기 추기처럼 밥도서 세대다 직 저걸 고래 연락세 딱게 전부 차고 가래. 아니 누구한테 주나 모서와를 미자고 세도 취 셰데 취 셰러지도 소라 때문에 맨나 셰 초고 말해. 디디가라 나랑서 직 덤바 좀 된데 잘 주베 갑라이나다 단데 에네 베이나 셀링 신인데서 에네 베직 겨울무시 손대진다 그 취기 치면 우지나 말라네 게라 취 나로지 파 마스 주와라 직 가서 오고등은 줘야 되다 남베 jun이 갈아 갈도 참보래 균 초고 말 어디 띵디가라 예타 냥하는 민데 저걸 부고 연락이 레스니.
Next verse, I will just read from prayer book, because I have 3 different versions, and I think you have, all of you have this one. The next one is requesting to turn the wheel of Dharma from the billowing clouds of wisdom and compassion in the space of your truth body. O venerable and holy gurus, please send down a rain of vast and profound dharma appropriate to the disciples of this world. So as the word itself says here, kind of requesting to give teachings. And in fact, in Vinaya discipline text, it talks about not teaching to somebody who haven't asked for it. So teachings were meant to give only when they are request. And in our time, as you know, when you know teachers who are standard or knowledgeable, like His Holiness, then people intentionally or deliberately make request, please give us teaching. And so in Buddhism, going from door to door and knocking on door and then sharing teaching, it's totally kind of contradictory to very fundamental ideas of Buddhism.
마구발에 체미시 미나진도 고티 당서데 구밤 구제 맹엔다 구밤 맞에 마소알라 체미시세야다 집어지냐래 어떻더니 이거라 쉬부지 내 전부지 차고와레스.
It is also mentioned in the Shantideva the same point, kind of teaching only to somebody who has an interest and who has a desire, and kind of forcing kind of somebody to listen to your teaching is not really kind of appropriate and not reasonable. So that kind of that becomes kind of important.
어떻게나라야 미세상에 왜 미나진도 고티다 마구발에 체미시 미나진도 고티다서 되가라 즉양 가자 랑향다인데서 최이 니시집에 거둘라 되게 딴내빠이나 니줄 가가래 있어. 내빠 맹은지라 고 최니 샤바나지 이루 출된지네 생행게 이루 출네 군노 남다 즉 오늘 봐줘들라 에펜턴이 쉐고 가래. 냥은데게 이 탐전에 কোনো number 타고네 지시나 니베 디엔베 직 랑기 시바데 랑기 룽기 템바 짐바다 아니 디시바테니 냠렌체발테니 아니 셈규 장로야데 도베 인덴진 랑 기부 템바지 차야기 타시진 우신 냠바이나 뱀미시베 게진체부 차고레스.
And in Shantideva's text, as said before, it also emphasizes a kind of teaching only to those who have requested, who have interest, and who shows kind of respect to the teaching. But there are kind of exceptions to when you do teachings, and as in the audience, if they are handicapped or people with physical disabilities, then because of health issues, they might have to maintain physical gestures in such a way that it becomes kind of inappropriate or kind of without kind of respect. But those were exceptions, and the teaching to proper listener becomes meaningful only if from teachers or speakers side, teaching with kind of very kind of, as said before, pure motivation, with motivation that how can I benefit this listener, and then from listener's side kind of coming with very strong interest that there must be something that I want to learn, and I have a great interest in this, and this understanding whatever I gain, I want to implement it and practice it, and kind of make myself a better person. So when you have that kind of condition fulfilled from both sides, then teachings becomes truly effective and meaningful.
Oda dusre ta di ngoyan la sre da ki jinge sabe ke wa tendan da wakona kambenda kebraji don lozang tabai tembe nyimburin du selje sho sidigala ta kamba tambo nyigi temba chile sungore daga jingi range ta gosumi gewa kandi sa nena temba sangi chomdendegi sawamebi nyamlen chebalne sangi chomdende tembade sawamebi temba chadi yore 아니 로알 강 펜펜적으로다 니시셀도 뜬니 숭구도와 숭구 차고라 로알에 펜바데 니시기 군나니 이 둥알에 겸되지 로지구로 마도 데메나 로알에 펜바지 용아 코랍니다 데메나 딘디가랑 오네 니시 냠len 적과다 시우지 내 전부 임바다 뜨가 뭐 코는 찍기네 통용고아래 어다 두스트레 자 개버도 자몰라마 종가침배 로상 잡아대기 엔직 이자서 주말답이 땅오니 친두에 냠는 낭 장섬이 냠는 상아 도지 대비 냠는 차자 템바 오니 비타보 인디비 인상 서정 주말답이 자서 템바 세시고라 어떻게 배 yun limbo never show said what to sin one and gores.
Next is dedication, number 8. I hope all prayer books has made their change. You see that the verses, through the virtues that I have accumulated here, made the doctrine. I thought it was in this prayer book there's this, so I hope it's all in. Dedication, through the virtues I have accumulated here, may the doctrine and all living beings receive every benefit. Especially may the essence of the doctrine of Venerable Lobsang Trakpa shine forever. So dedication, you can see here kind of two ways of dedication. Dedicating, first one is kind of general dedication to Buddhist doctrine in general, and the second is kind of particular dedication to the teachings of Tsongkhapa. May the doctrine and all living beings receive every benefit. So in the Buddhist practice, which is really kind of based on benefiting others, and that benefiting others must come from the foundation of compassion. So you can see the importance of, again, a practice of compassion. To benefit others, one has to have this compassionate thought, and especially in the second two sentences, Lobsang Chakwa shine forever. Lama Tsongkhapa's teachings, external kind of sutra teaching as well as internal teachings of Vajrayana. As said here, La. Yeah, internal, bodhicitta and Vajrayana's teaching shine forever.
Wata dusine, ngwade shibuji ke chimbu chakore yang, rangi gawa chini zochana ngwana, di ngwade gesa kundu kenan jungo omare. Temado kundu kematadu gesa ngwa machibe gesa kanga kundu njomdu kudwa. Indikala ngwade yang ke chimbu chabare esi.
So dedication is important, because whatever positive merits that you accumulated should kind of stay without getting destroyed. Otherwise, later when there is a generation of anger or hatred, those negative mentality will destroy your positive merits that you have accumulated.
Rewa chego sende kunnon de dang inju ngwani pe ke chimbore se sungwa todangi la jawani sede.
And in the 7-point mind training, we also see the same kind of importance of dedication. In 7-point mind training, it says two chores, one at the beginning and one at the end, and one at the beginning is motivation, and at the end is dedication.
Wata ngwa dang molam nila yang kebare yore, dei kebar che gore. Ngwa sedugala rangi yan gewe tsawashi cheni, eni di zochang la ta jik bagi ta ngwa chenpo sumri. 카케브기 심전은 와야지 아니 랑기 구절 라마 구제템에 돈도 와야지 너는 소자는 와야지 와숨리 딩원아 이자주는 슈티바지 루나 이자주 마가머도 추들루 추디 감야요 말와 자주마 줄들체네 추 ngazu lu샤게 추티바데 이자주는 마가머도 디 감야요 말 고줄디 체 메인자 디펜더요레스 소자는 원아 랍첨부 차고래 가게 신심전은 가게 심전 마저버도 되되고 계자데 대샤고래 어달 든디니가라 ngwasendi 인짐지 그왜 자와시 제니 아니 디 ng와야데 몰람스디가라 딱그 야보 영어서 에서 장주스베 먹어나 타해 봐요 두안시 그래 마두아시 그래 럴디노메 나사도 파섬진도 투어셔서도 냐와 르르노메 나살다 파섬진도 투양 코나 요 말데 장주스면 먹으면 타요 말에 어다 딘디 인디가라 몰라 몰람라 인지 제외요 말에스 가레나 소소 삼드데네 sembanam다고는 몰람다나 저거래 뭐 아세니 님인지 계자지고 오가래 간지 예 뭔데지 인지미지고 오가래 어다 딘디가라 계자지 맞ela 와제 코나요 말 딘디가라 와데 시부지게 전부 잡아래 어다 때주고도 진lem니 수도 용어래 이제만 네 세나 대단이네 거기 셔럽 두 거다 또 수전이 용거래스 아니 디자잖아스.
And as many of you know, that they said the big differences between the prayer and dedication. For dedication, there has to have something to dedicate. Some positive merits that you created. In order to dedicate, you has to have something. But for prayers, that is not necessary. You can just make any wishes, to come true. There's no limit in making prayers. And so for dedication, usually we talk about dedicating for three kind of objects or three purposes. The first one is space like sentient beings, unlimited numbers of sentient beings for their sake, for their benefit. And second is for the long life of one's spiritual teacher. And then third is for the attainment of enlightenment. So when you dedicate to those, it is like adding a drop of water to an ocean in a body. So as long as the ocean is there, your drop of water is still there. So it will stay kind of forever. However, with the prayers, as we said before, it can be anything, that comes in your mind, and then you make that wishes come true. That is prayer, differences between prayer and dedication. And for the, if you look at the Shantideva's, chapter on prayer, you can see there's no limit, especially prayers of the bodhisattvas. It can be very expansive, unlimited, beyond kind of one's thought, and it could be anything under prayer. And after that, we will go on to the practice of generating or requesting for wisdom.
어떻게 자셔네?
So Kajita said we will stop here and you can ask questions if you have.
For dedication, for the merits, can it be, if we don't dedicate that, can the good merits be destroyed by any other delusions other than anger?
Kondo Mayembeke Shemba Nyomong Dezuki any Gewa Jumgurvelo, Kondo Jumgurus Soasa, Moa Machina.
Kondo Mayimba Zedangin Jumgudo. Todangigalon Jumgudo.
Anger and also hatred, both are considered as, can destroy positive merits without dedication. Yeah.
Other delusion like attachment, jealousy, thing like that.
Shemba
Destroy.
Nyomong Shemba is the Shedang the Jada Kalore. That's what Nyomong Shemba is Jumgurvelo.
비치는 살카즈는 통마성스러워. 이내 슈켄객이 땡땡 개그러워. 녀몽신다기. 그 좀바다 간시대 슈켄 땡땡 개그래. 녀매하기.
So we're saying that although he didn't see kind of explicitly mentioned in this text or scriptures, but definitely it will have a negative impact, other than hatred or anger in kind of diminishing your positive merits that you created.
초당이기 중국에와다 오만주변나요래. 준주나요래. 슬퍼요. 되게 돼. 대인안에 아니 초당이데 개자 수수다 개전 점이야. 개자지당 또복공 얘기 또복공마 깨는 개적인 인상 디 미수가를 송도와 여름 준주나도 년에도 nem부지 송도와.
And hatred and anger specifically are mentioned in the engaging in the middle way text, and also Shantideva's text engaging in the bodhisattva's way of life. And hatred and anger especially are very kind of powerful in destruction of roots or positive merits that you created. And also hatred and anger can become a very strong obstacles in attaining higher realizations. Therefore these two are more kind of prominent powerful afflictions that can become a barrier or a destroyer. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 모란디 아부 하고 마스자다 직지다 남주기 최저 zam마인 바다 남주기 삼로 당당 줘로 디토네게 에너지게 소남사 ngowadi게 아니 내가 가르치고 메줘로 ngowadi게 남주지단기 인지도라는 칼로 사이콜로지로도 칼로치 좀 젠토는 산도 ngow하게 된데 제투고 요하다 지구 요하다 컨데스트 치고 그랬으면 디골 세보 샤마 손로도 더 ngow에게 가서 ngow아치와 되게 경험이 좀에다 펜토를 더 펜토다디 근데 시험하자면 뭐 뇌에서 다 갈아오지게 컨데스트 치고 그랬지 세보 샤마 손로도 아니 심바데 데르
줄루도 마데
주로 만들려고 하는 간식 아직 삼단당 토하는데 남중앙 쪽이야 샘카머리 베는 삼단당 쇼로 주로도 만들려는 정면으로 시키나 주로도 만들려는 게 애네 직탄다 된게 아지오로 비시당 디 딩어와들 말이 제수랑 수남사이드 라운드 냠바다랑 멤버다랑 토하기 때문에 수남기 사이드 칼로리 히어와로 최소화로도 다디 제수이란 치스는 제수이란 치와 다가랑기 고랑기 개와지 두비용고래 엔딜라직 나로 예와체의 칸디레 데세오 샤마선사 예와체고에 좀제 카레나 엔딜데기 용단 쇼로 다지게 디에 당기낭신 설지게 셈카마직 베톤에 삼단다 톤에 칸데이나로도 줄로도 만데톤 라고나
다디 셈칸 리페자나 당원이 ngaranzo 대완데 중앙 민들기 인천지지기 바기 애가와 간데지 디지디가라 또 ngaranzo 가르스고래 예수 일어나시디가라 때기 콘도 주주지네 미 애가와 지샤게달라 만데버 겐게데 조 가르스고다 타도 존재신진다 아니 딘디공기 다 파지게와 지긴들라 캐스제디 용구도 와 예수이란 제외는 때 캐스도 땡땡 가고도 왔대 디 캐스지 디제는 마가용 디킹이 마가용은 샘투고도 와다 예수이란 제는 디 캐스도 잠깐 때마다도 가고도 와 딘디가라 디 캐스 디 에니베 타도데 까용도가라 샘라 바기 이스리안 제인도가라 덴도에 캐스제기 디 워드 게게담 바카고도 티기다 샘니 지디치 레용도 제 데인도가라 나노 샘간 리비토니나 디고 뇽에 두야지레스 직 롱다 텐데 땡과예요 말에 소소 뇽에 두용 거래 워레 리벤 두투야지 차디거래 데인도가라 디 펜도 첨보레스 단다 소남 바기 또바치 중고 소남식인데 다 롱라 땡야를 마서 뇽에 더는 가서 렘상 차르도야 가버레스 아니 송균다 아니 점된데 롱다 땡들 땡규레스 가서 시부시부 때 리바다 롱다 땡기 롱그 줍나 바다 리비줍다 해스 디 가버체 자서로 왔다서
dedication from kind of a psychological perspective, this is something that can be known through our experiences, something that can be proved through our proved through reasoning. It doesn't necessarily has to be relying upon scriptural quotations, and as said before, in rejoicing somebody's creations of positive activity or good things, what is the kind of opposite of that rejoicing? The opposite is jealous, envious, and in rejoicing, as said before, you are intentionally kind of focusing on kind of appreciating that positive activities, and in doing that, what you're doing is, as said before, kind of shutting off the door of might be the risk of generating those envious, all other criticism. So the end result is end result of rejoicing is there is a calmness, peacefulness. Even to some extent, there's a joy, there's a happiness, and the good feeling that you can experience from doing that. And for that is something that is a more sort of easier to understand through our own experiences. You can look at your own kind of thought and how it goes through a series of processes and what you experience at the end result. But the other one, positive merits that you kind of accumulate 3 different levels, as compared to somebody who is lower or inferior, equal, and higher. That is more difficult to kind of prove through experiences, because we don't have that kind of experiences, and this is more kind of proof or approach more comes from sort of scriptural quotation or oral teachings or instructions of practitioners. And for ordinary people, we cannot come up with this kind of experience, kind of proving sort of instantly that this is what I experience when I so. But the first one is more common and more easier.
지단에 렌데기 타지 나와 신도 건주로 있어도 좀 된데 롱코날 된 거를 세스 거래. 애게와 타진 차와 빼. 타면 인데겐데서 다 단다 디 손음 랍치중 토그리스인데 하장 잡으셔 거가 쏠다나 딘디가랑 타면 차디요. 그게 왜 뭐데. 딘디가랑 아주 지데 빼 롱코날 찾아기로마서 디 리피트게 빼 가버쳐 그래. 딘디 좀다 좀된디 롱라 땡 거에다 아니 점된디 숭 아주 중세 권결에 제바제니 아니 점된디 숭라 칭가 갈와면 되는 아니 된디네 배가라서 제바제 통근대로 가서 제바제 아니 제바제는 걸두면 되는 아니 중세 권결 되는 제바제니 걸두 매바지 통하거든요 다 신도 권결 아니 배 디기디 룽라 다 점된데 아니 지단이 캠방 안 되긴 임바 아니 배 점된디 자sunsun 골라 거바면 되네 아니 랑기 제바쟁인 시들라 칭가진 갈와 만한겐 된디지 토니 아니 점된데 순다 농사말 레샤스 네방예버거니 이치제 차거서 디좀이 여름 지양년도 순구도 어떻게 내 첨부다 지마 지진진 아주 셋고 말하대 간지 디게데 룽라 텐덴 땡과지 차거래
accumulations of positive merits through rejoicing. This comes under, we can say, when we categorize, knowable object into 3 kind of category, comes under extremely hidden. So extremely hidden phenomena, to kind of, to prove their existence and their validity, we usually rely upon scriptures, and when relying upon scriptures, what is important is to understand, that scripture is valid to begin with. The scriptures by Buddha himself, that Buddha, when he gave teaching, although he has given many different types of teaching, sometimes seems contradictory, but not really contradictory if you understand it properly. And so understanding kind of, Buddha himself, the teacher himself, as a valid teacher, and therefore his teaching would be valid. And once you understand or has this recognition his teaching is valid, then quotation of scriptures becomes kind of it has a meaning, or it's reliable. Yeah.
Tan, would you ask Geshe-la, when he begins his practice of generating wisdom, if he's going to use a specific text or something that we should have available when he begins that teaching?
Then the Sherabdi Geshe-la, 딜 Geshe-la 송에들 믹스에 빼자든지 요래 딱 와야든지 요래 Geshe-la 시샤서 빼자 가를 시샤를
어다 시럽주고 미벌데 파몽카기디 dinala lidi sungora Ganden Lhagyama kageme jugutela lidi sungde yare ngone bagi maombana soso diche digala tanda ngazu dini 상이 미세기 시행 거래. 아니 저거고 자 초걸 다 콩두사라진 자 초걸 자가서래. 아니 대가랑 아기 냠는 주대가란 로지 지제거니 바게 이주타도 미바체들 다 상이 시에서 시부지 팽기르서 숭두고세. 아니 다 소소디 상이 시에 미바데 아버지 제투이나 가서구둘라 너바다에 단텐들라 마부지 배여래스. 아니 파봉가게 따다디 Ganden Lhagyama 누우스 되게 다디 인지 털이 유리에 미시스 니지초서데 파봉게 텔레지초르고예스
wisdom, we call it wisdom, like 6-cycle wisdom, which is, for recitation of prayer and then visualization. So Geshe said, for him, he rely upon, there is a text by commentary by Paponga Rinpoche, short, commentary on this 100 deities, joyful land, and he's using that as the his resources, but he's not sure whether that is translated into English or not. And then there's also turning the wheel of Dharma, Manjushri wheel of turning the Dharma, which is actually considered as the root origin of these wisdom generating practices. And this visualization or generating of wisdom is specifically kind of helpful in Shiru Taurulan Shiwa the
Tabuni. Oh. Lala Nimba Udila Pagi Jalgubadi Jambian Ujiku Uchadero and the mother Trashel Chadero, Shemateto. They dig in me pitch Chetanchi Yosare. And they began Nimbe Arapazade Shiva Chadere, Yamaranza the Tau Chadere, Jirani Mayoadan, Kula Jirani Kuyoadan, Mibaja the Jiranigaki.
So this generating wisdom 6 cycle is crucial. Although Geshe said he don't know this part, but later in the practice of Vajrayana, especially the meditational deity of Yamantaka, there is an aggressive and peaceful manifestation, and there's a both peaceful for peaceful manifestation. They are peaceful practices in mantra recitation, Arapasanadi, and then for the aggressive emanation there is a manifestation, there is another mantra, and likewise when doing a visualization there is also particular visualization that is used for peaceful emanation, and that is used for aggressive emanation of Yamantaka deity. And it can be also helpful, kind of the immediate, purifications of obstacles and, illnesses and other, possible problems.
Yeah. Gare Rave Kore Shingam Pendan Dewa Malu Jungwe Jere Ziwan Tenzin
Jasoyi
Shabe Sidi Bardo Denjoji Jambe Pawe Chitara Chemba Dang Kondo Sangbo Tian Tishin De Teta Kungi Jesu Dalop Jingyawa Tita Tamje Rab Tusum Shabe Ngyawa Tamje Ge Ngowa Kangla Chodo Ngaba Denda Shingewe Tsawa Tikungya Sangbo Cheche Rabdu Ngowa In the land encircled by snow-white mountains, the source of all happiness and benefits flows near person, generosity, attention guards remain at the samsara ends. Just as the Bodhisattva Manjushri attained omniscience and Samanda Bhattacharya, so now I too dedicate these merits to train and follow in their footsteps. As all the vigorous Buddhas of past, present and future praise dedication to the Supreme, so now I do dedicate this source of enlightenment for all beings to perfect good actions.